You're locked into Hits 92.3. The views, stories, and opinions shared on this program belong solely to the hosts and their guests. They do not represent the views of Hits 92.3 Radio, management, staff, partners, advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. And if you don't know what any of that means, listener discretion is advised. Now sit back, turn up your volumes, and enjoy the content from one of the greatest, dopest radio personalities to ever touch this microphone in 3, 2, 1.
So it seems I got some enemies, yeah. I can feel it in your energy, yeah. I see you hating on what's meant to be, but a nigga too blessed to be stressed out. I'm too blessed, I'm too blessed to be stressed out. I'm too blessed, I'm too blessed to be stressed. We've been kicking it hard for a minute. I cherish the memories all that we've been through. I guess that I didn't prepare for the moment that we couldn't work through our issues. Difference between us and time is the reason, and really I can't even blame you. It is what it is. I gotta forgive. Shit, I don't wanna change you. I gotta respect that we had a connection. That shit was the truth. The natural selection, I call it divine intervention. No lessons when I was a youth. Had different direction. We had to define our blessings for trying to get in the game. I still came through in the clutch. Fourth quarter with range. I'm calling static on the line. Lose my senses. Destined for greatness while stuck in place with my mental dedication. But still at times I will forget myself. Caught up in some shit. Hesitation I probably felt because of empty validation from somebody else. I never wanted to be amongst some. Watch your step, take me back to realer times when we was fine. We could talk without the drama. Now we fuss and fight, living life, bonding over trauma. I release you, girl. Said I release you, girl. Yeah. Said I release you, girl. Said I release you, yeah. Cause tides turn, baby. Tides turn. So wavy, yeah. So baby, don't chase me. I hope you get home safely, yeah. Cause tides turn, baby. Tides turn. So wavy, yeah. So baby, don't chase me. I hope you get home safely. I really don't know what we're gonna be, but I gotta let go, girl. Cause you disturbing my peace. Really feel it's that time now. You need some time and some space, so I gotta let you know, girl. Gotta put you back in your place, and then I gotta move on, just move on. Move on. Cause tides turn, baby. Tides turn. I'm so wavy, yeah. So baby, don't chase me. I hope you get home safely, yeah. Cause tides turn, baby. Tides turn. I'm so wavy, yeah. So baby, don't chase me. I hope you get home safely.
here in The Connector, and we are live here this Thursday on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. And I'm here every Thursday from 2 to 4 talking about what you've been looking for. And today we have a special guest, Monica Hinton. We're going to be talking about Scleroderma Month. Did I say that right?
That's right. You said it right.
I said it right. Scleroderma Month and autoimmune diseases as a whole, and how they're affecting so many people in our country. And it's just like a silent thing that's been going on for years and years, and I think it's being talked about more now than ever before. Even from the last time she was here, I think it's been being talked about even more since then. So, Monique, am I saying Monique right?
Monica is right. You said Hinton, though. It's Hilton.
It's Hilton.
Yeah.
Or your last name is Hilton.
Yeah.
I didn't know you was a Hilton now. Anyways, I'll talk about that later. But anyways, so introduce yourself to everyone.
Hey, y'all. Hey, my name is Monica Hilton, and I have scleroderma. I was diagnosed with scleroderma in 2017. And scleroderma means hardening or thickening of the skin. And that's it. I'm the face of scleroderma. I've been on this advocacy trail for at least 5 years. Once I came out of that place where I just didn't want to talk about it, and that isolation sets in sometimes when you start changing.
Yeah.
And but I am a proud advocate of scleroderma, and I'll talk about it with anybody, anywhere.
And what do you want the listeners to know outside of your diagnosis of scleroderma? Like what would you want them to know about you and your background? And I know you are a cook. You were a chef.
Uh-huh.
And I remember so many things about our first conversation that was so enlightening about just your life before scleroderma and how you intertwined that into your life after diagnosis.
Yeah. Well, my life before scleroderma was that I was a celebrity chef, and I've competed on shows like Cake Wars and Sugar Rush, and had the opportunity to audition for other national syndicated shows, but due to the conditions and due to the changes that scleroderma began to make in my life, I wasn't able to continue as a chef, not even on a personal scale.
Right.
I cook. I have a lot of issues with my hands, with the joint pain and the joint stiffening, and also the calcinosis cutis, which I just had surgery removing a calcium deposit in my finger. And so life before scleroderma, I was really I was a go-getter. I was out there,
your mother,
networking, doing everything, and as it pertains to the culinary field, and I wasn't able to do that and became really depressed. And in that period, my mother was murdered by my niece, my very own niece.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
During all of that.
Yeah.
Like that's like one thing, like, sometimes when one thing is going on, it's like 1, 2, 3. It's like, golly.
That's right.
How much could you take? And one thing that I remember about your story and your diagnosis is when right before you got diagnosed and got sick. Like before that, I know you were preparing to be on a certain on shows or being in the limelight or whatever, competition, and that you had got the gastric bypass surgery or the sleeve.
I got the the sleeve. The gastric sleeve.
And then not too long after that, that's when you started, after you got sick.
Yeah.
And I always think about that all the time, as far as connecting that to autoimmune diseases, especially now since I've been through a major weight loss, and how just the weight loss and taking a GLP-1 and helping me lose weight, and how you connect that to how you feel, and just how it affects your body as far as like digestion and stuff like that, and just being careful about that whole thing, and just being mindful and monitoring it, because I know that one thing always can affect the other in ways that you don't understand. And I always felt like when you told me that had happened like maybe I think like 6 months, just a little while afterwards. I got the surgery August of 2016, and by December
like I'm going to my family practitioner, like, you know, my hands are swelling. I'm waking up and there is tingling in my hands, and I got checked as soon as I did because my father had MS. So, you know, I thought there could have been some type of, it is an autoimmune disease. And I felt that it could have been some type of connection with that. So, you know, I hurriedly went to the doctor about that. And it didn't take much longer after that for me to get the diagnosis that I had scleroderma.
Okay, so that's deep.
Yeah.
Because do you ever connect the two together?
Well, they say that, you know, they say it's not connected. They say that even autoimmune is not hereditary, but having the gene, you know,
I think autoimmune diseases are hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
I heavily do. I have my godmother. Her name is Karen as well. She was in her early 40s. Like I'm 47. I'll be 47 next month. And I remember being young, and she was in her early 40s, and her getting a hip replacement in her early 40s. And here I am, you know, on the verge of getting the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And because of rheumatoid arthritis, which is all these autoimmune things going on, and so I believe, and then, you know, and then certain things that go on with my other aunts, you know, just certain symptoms that they have, and I'm like, that's an autoimmune disease.
You know what's connected? It is what we eat.
Oh yeah.
And so if we're coming from the same family
and
we're eating the same things, then quite naturally we're going to, you know, see some similar things.
Yeah.
Is it true that stress and like things that we're going through or whatever that causes autoimmune disease as well?
Absolutely. 1,000%. Sometimes, okay, so when I go get a physical, I always have to tell them, you know, I have a history of lupus. Sometimes it shows up on the scale, sometimes it doesn't. But if I'm going through, like I went through a very stressful period of time last year, right around this time, July, August, and those numbers were skyrocketing.
It caused inflammation when you're stressed. Yeah.
I mean, it was times when I would wake up and I couldn't move. And even now, when I have a lot going on and with the kids or whatever, I'll experience little moments of achiness, and it's really like all inflammation. And like you said, it's our diet as well.
Yeah.
Combined with stress
and your diet.
But I will say, and I'll talk about this a little bit later on the second half of the show. It's about how I've been on peptides. Like I'm taking like 6 different peptides right now, and how it has helped me tremendously with inflammation and even stress. Even like some of them are like mood regulators and stuff like that. So I'll talk about that later, how that's affected me. But let's talk about Scleroderma Month and how you bring light to this disease to others during the month of June.
Absolutely. June is Scleroderma Awareness Month. And for the first 6 months of 2026, I've been quite busy because I have received 5 proclamations in different areas, each place that I've lived in. So I was born in Lexington, North Carolina. And last Monday, I went to Lexington and received a proclamation naming June as Scleroderma Awareness Month, and also June 29th as World Scleroderma Awareness Day.
Wow.
And so I did the same thing in Manning, South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, South Fulton, Georgia, and the state of Georgia.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So but I also host art shows. And so this year, June 27th, will be my 5th annual art exhibition, where when I sat down my spatula, I was able to pick up a paintbrush and begin painting, because I thought I was never going to create again because my hands was giving me so much problems. But I started decorating my house and, you know, just doing some personal painting. And, you know, it went from, you know, somebody saying, oh, I like this. Can you do this color for me?
I'll watch you paint live.
Yeah. And so people began to order things and purchase things. And I even bought this here for you today.
Oh, and those are my colors.
So
you know, I love these colors. These are my favorite
teal
colors.
teal is the color for scleroderma awareness.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why I wear so much teal. I'm always branding myself with what I do. I am a remember when Jay-Z said I'm a business man? That's me.
I'm the same way. I love this color. And it's just that's what I gravitate to. And of course, most of my logos that I create, they have these greens and blues in it. And this is beautiful. And you hand painted this yourself?
No, this is actually something that I created.
And
you know,
put it on there.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It looks hand painted.
The background is hand painted.
This looks nice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So look, I mean, so you basically took a talent and you turned it into.
That's right.
Wow,
that's right.
Wonderful. And like, you can't cook like you used to, but now
that's
you can sit there and paint.
That's it.
I love it. And I think one thing about people who are artistic and they're creators, you're always going to be a creator, no matter what. You're creating, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's cake decorating or whatever. And this is beautiful. Thank you so much.
You just have to find that happy place. I wasn't so happy when I wasn't able to, create on the level that I was doing before. And, so that caused, depression, isolation, sadness, and all of those things. And I didn't like it there. So I decided that I wrote a book called I Decided.
I got it. I got it.
But I decided that I had to get up.
So how has scleroderma affected like your family life, your social life? Like what things are drastically different now than they were before?
That I can't just get up and go. At the drop of a dime. I definitely have to plan ahead. Even weather makes a difference.
Oh yeah.
If it's too hot, I can't go out. My skin can't take it. If it's too cold, I can't go out. Skin can't take it. So, you have to be strategic about outings.
Yeah. So how long have you had scleroderma? Since 2016?
Yeah.
16, 17, around the diagnosis. Okay. So what about the kids and like your home life?
Well, my children are grown. My oldest is 31. Next one is 28. Next one is 21.
Okay.
And so, but the 21-year-old was there from the entire time of diagnosis, and that she's seen it all. So she's very aware, and she's very educated on not just scleroderma, what it is, what it potentially can do to people, but what it's done to me. And so she's seen me at my lowest and my weakest, and she's cheering me on during my strongest. So she's able to, convey, and also continue the legacy of, my mom has accomplished this through it all. She's resilient. She's, this. My children call me Superwoman.
As you are.
They call me Superwoman, and but she has definitely cheered me on through the worst and the best of my life's moments.
So what was the most challenging of your life's moments? Like, what was that one, like you definitely are overcomer. What was that one thing that you overcame that you was like, you know what, I did that? Was it transitioning into painting, or was it something within your home life or your family or your?
It was regaining my independence. Because there was a point in this journey that I could barely walk. I needed assistance. Going to the bathroom, getting up and down off the toilet, in the tub, in the shower. It was difficult. That transition was difficult, asking for help. And, needing the help was one thing, but asking for the help sent me to a new low that I can't even take a shower by myself. I can't even, get in and out the tub.
Your husband, your children?
My husband and my daughter. My husband helped me with baths when it was time to soak in, natural things, Epsom salt, milk baths and stuff like that. My husband helped me with that. But in the shower, my daughter was very, very helpful with, just coming in and washing me or whatever. And devastated.
Yeah.
You know, just like standing there in the shower, allowing somebody to wash me because I could barely lift my arms or hold the sponge or the loofah or whatever I was using. Like it was difficult receiving that type of help. Yeah. So coming out of that was that became
being able to care for yourself.
Being able to care for myself was definitely number one on my agenda. But receiving that help to the point of it becoming disabling.
Yeah.
You know, allowing them to bring me my food, cut up my medication, even times where it was like, Mo, you gotta get up and try. You gotta get up and walk to the kitchen.
Yeah.
I went through that, you know, changing and not allowing them to be so be such servants to me. It was like, you know, I had to get in my head. I had to decide, try. You know, you gotta get up. So when I was home alone, I would, you know, walk to the front door or, you know, from the front to the back door. And
start doing
So
and then you got more independent. But listen, this is a great conversation, and we are gonna talk. We're gonna come back, take a little break, and then we're gonna come back and talk about just their treatment and the therapy and what helped you get to that point of independence and where you are now. I mean, you look even like better than you did. That was like 2 years ago.
That was like 2 years ago. Thank you.
Just now you look amazing and doing amazing things. And it may not look like, you know, people are paying attention, but I pay close attention to you and your journey. So I want to talk a little bit more about your treatment and what you're doing to push forward and, you know, and bring awareness to this disease and autoimmune disease as a whole. So we'll be back here in a minute. We're going to play a song and maybe a commercial and be back here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio.
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast.
Oh yeah. Shit. Yeah. I'm caught up by the sight of you, but I thought of some freaky shit that we can get into. You're the pretty brown that's driving me wild. Girl, I'm tryna get in you. Girl, you know that I'll be loving you down all night. Won't you talk to me, baby? You can have a piece of my love. It's waiting for you until you get through. You can have all of me. I'll be a fantasy. You're all I need. 'Cause I want you. 'Cause I want you. 'Cause I want you. 'Cause I want you. Back that shit up. Girl, you know I don't be giving a fuck. I talk my shit, but I be backing it up. Have you thinking, girl, you falling in love, but I ain't looking for love. I'm a freak by nature, baby. I bet this D will drive you crazy. She about that action, but it's smoke for sure. I see you moving closer as you down to go. You can have a piece of my love. for you until you get through.
Until you get through, baby.
You can have all of me. I'll be a fantasy. You're all I need. Cause I want you. Cause I want you. Cause I want you. Cause I want you. Alright. Oh, when I get you home, I'm going deep in ya. I'm going deep in ya. Oh, get you alone. I'm trying to turn you out, baby. Oh, let me know. Are you ready for a nigga like this? I said, oh, gotta let you know. I'm gonna show you things you've never seen before, yeah. You can have a piece of my love. It's waiting for you until you get through.
Until you get through, baby.
You can have all of me. I'll be a fantasy. You're all I need. Cause I want you. Cause I want you. Cause I want you. Cause I want you.
All right, we are back here live on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. This is Karen the Connector, and I'm here every Thursday from 2 to 4 talking about what you've been looking for. And today we are talking to Monica Hilton, and we are talking about Scleroderma Awareness Month, along with autoimmune disease and how they affect your life and how they affect your body. And we just have talking about some real interesting stuff, and that I know some people have don't have a clue about. I really think so. If your family member doesn't have any type of autoimmune disease or something like scleroderma, or a friend, sometimes you're just kind of oblivious to really these kind of things until they either happen to you or happen to somebody that you love.
That's right.
And Monica's been talking about her journey, going through this journey with scleroderma, her battles, what she's overcome, and her healing. And now that she is more independent now, I know that was a very monumental moment where you're like, you know what, I can take care of myself now.
That's right.
But what kind of therapy did you receive as far as medical? Did you have to take physical therapy? What kind of major, how did they treat you? Put it that way. What was the treatment like once you were diagnosed and realized what you were going through? What was the treatment like as far as your plan of care?
Well, they did start a series of medications, right?
Steroids?
And I was on steroids before. I don't take those anymore. I usually decline the steroids because
I decline steroids too.
Yeah, it helps deteriorate.
It might help for a couple days, but
right, yeah. So but we tried a couple of different medications. At first, I was on methotrexate. And then Plaquenil, and then they changed, and so now I'm on mycophenolate.
No, are you on Plaquenil now?
I just discontinued Plaquenil.
Is it Plaquenil hydrochloroquine?
Yeah.
Okay, that's I'm supposed to be on it.
Yeah.
But I started. It's a long story.
Yeah.
I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I was like, when the pandemic hit, and I was getting hydrochloroquine, and I remember being on TV. I was like,
you
what?
remember Trump saying something about it?
That's the cure. Oh, I'm
Right.
saving mine. I ain't taking
Right.
it no more. I got a whole drawer full of hydrochloroquine.
Right.
And but what I do know now about hydrochloroquine is that It helps symptoms from lupus. It
Suppresses.
suppresses them.
Mhm.
So I'm good now because I'm really good now because, like I was saying, I'm doing peptide therapy. But at that time, I probably should have been taking that.
Mhm.
But as far as physical therapy, did you have to get any physical therapy? And
Yes.
like as far as like massages or like this for your skin?
Yeah, I need the massages definitely. I wish I could do them, far more than I do.
Mhm.
But massages, physical therapy, occupational therapy for my hands, suggested speech therapy because, but I have not. What has happened is that my mouth has shrinking as well. So my face has tightened. That's all I can open.
Golly.
Yeah, so my face has tightened and causing the jaws and everything to tighten as well. So and it's also shifting my teeth. So they've suggested the
But your teeth look beautiful. Did you get work done?
No, child, I ain't getting no work done. There is some insecurity about my smile. I have my own insecurity about my smile. Because they were the same length, the same, you know what I'm saying?
You must have got some work done.
No, I had never had work done before.
Or maybe like a retainer.
Mm-mm.
Anyways, you have a beautiful smile.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, she does have.
But and you just reminded me that I left my denture at home. But yeah. So
what about your skin? Is there any type of different lotions that you use? Anything?
It's nothing that works a whole lot because it's my skin is not absorbing that much. Yeah. So you put it on, but it's temporary. But I use things like shea butters and
coconut
aloe and even make a salve out of
cannabis. Really?
I was just about to say hemp.
Yeah. I've used hemp.
Yes, a little. I used to make.
Body
she
butter.
did. I remember them. I think I might have some samples.
Hemp, some tea tree, and if you can find some neem.
I use neem. I put my fingers in neem, and then I'll put like these finger rubbers on there, and just let it sit in the neem oil.
Yes, neem oil would be great for that.
It soothes it, and I'll also Manuka honey. That on the wounds. So I got 6 fingers that has open digital ulcers that I'm dealing with daily. So that's one of the things that when you mentioned that people are oblivious if no one around them, or if they're not experiencing things like this and no one around them, you really take for granted the importance of your fingertips. And until I began to experience these ulcers on my fingertips, you never realize how blessed you are to not pain from pulling sheets on you in the bed and digging in your nose, scratching your ears.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You take for granted the use of your fingers. Yeah, until it's taken away from you and you're like, I can't even scratch. You know?
So, gosh, wow. Those are things you just don't think about. And so what do you have any events coming up now? I know today is the 18th?
18th, yep.
The 18th.
It's the countdown for my art action. And anybody that loves art on canvas, on ceramics, I paint anything. I'll even come to you and paint a mural if you want me to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm on exhibition, but I also do like a lunch and learn and tell people about scleroderma and the importance of early treatments so it can slow down the progression. Scleroderma. So just to be able to talk about it and put it out there is important to me. I had an aunt that had scleroderma in 77, she passed away.
Wow.
And so diagnosed.
Mm.
And it became really debilitating for her. And she ended up getting interstitial lung disease and many other things that bothered her. She had the skin tightening. She got darker. My skin too got darker when it began to tighten. But they didn't have that much information
Right.
about
I was
that.
about to say back then, like everything was probably minimal. The information
Very
and
much.
the treatment
Yeah,
process and even the diagnosis. She probably didn't even know she had it till
all of that.
it got
And
worse.
my family didn't use the name. They didn't say it. They didn't learn anything about it. To share that, you know, Aunt Cleola had this or that or whatever. So it was surprising when I began to talk about it, and then her daughters were like, "That's the same thing Mama had," and I'm like, "Hey, nobody ever
Knew that.
talked about this.
Yeah.
Nobody said this or whatever." So spreading awareness is really important to me, not just for me, but anybody in the scleroderma community, because it's a really, really debilitating, chronic situation.
Oh yeah. And as far as like, I just hear so many things that's like similar to lupus, but just not lupus. So,
Right.
As far as like, you know, the tightening of the muscles, but not the skin. I know for me, when I did have I actively had lupus, I had lesions, those circle lesions on my chest, and I still have scars on my chest from like literally a circle.
Yeah.
You could peel off a circle.
Oh wow.
Off my skin, off my face, my forehead. It was just bad. I had no eyebrows, no eyelashes.
Oh wow.
And there were days where after Alana was born, not Cece, I'm sorry, Sierra, and the daycare was across the street. I could not get out the bed to get her dressed and take her across the street. That's how bad I had it. It was very, very bad. Like I was actually going to like a cancer treatment center just to get my treatments at that time. Like they wanted to load me up on steroids and all the things. So I just in light, I think lupus was last month, and I think I might have missed it.
Yeah, it was
last month, and they're purple. And the butterfly.
Yeah.
And then that's because they use the butter. You know, you get the butterfly. That's where that came from, the butterfly rash. With lupus, you ever see people with lupus with their red cheeks are red? And, yeah, rosy cheeks and all that. So yeah, I just see so many similarities with the treatment and the some of the symptoms with all the autoimmune diseases.
Yeah,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it present differently in different races? So does the disease present differently for you as an African American than it would present for someone that was Caucasian?
I think so. And that's not a medical expertise answer, but I believe so just by seeing a lot of patients. I go to a lot of conferences and interact with people of different races or whatever. So generally, African Americans start out with a full nose, full lips, full,
Like,
the
I've seen
melanin
her pictures before. She
in
looks
their
like
skin.
a different person.
I do.
Yeah.
But I still have what would be considered, medium-sized lips. Sometimes Caucasians and other races, they lose their lips altogether, and you see nothing but teeth. And so I think the skin tightening, it's across the board. We all get different symptoms. Everybody don't get the exact same thing. Some people experience the organ failure, and interstitial lung disease is one of them, where you see people walking around with the oxygen and stuff like that. Some people kidney failure. Just it's different reasons. I mean, different symptoms for everybody. But I do believe that statistically, African Americans do experience the more severe symptoms with scleroderma.
I believe it's lupus as well. I don't hear too much about anyone not of color with lupus or scleroderma. I've never, and I've looked into a lot of different autoimmune disease and diseases, and it's usually people of color.
They out there.
Yeah.
they're out there, and oftentimes if you have one autoimmune disease, it kind of costs people other autoimmune diseases. Like I have scleroderma, but I also have Raynaud's syndrome.
Right.
And
I have
Raynaud's is
that.
what causes these ulcers on my fingers because the blood is not properly circulating to my extremities.
Right. And
Is that a cause of the autoimmune? The reason why I'm asking is because my mom has an autoimmune disease. She has sarcoidosis.
Mm.
So for her, Jesus, both of y'all said
Yeah, because I'm familiar with that.
yeah.
So for people who aren't familiar with it, that's technically what Bernie Mac passed away from.
Right.
Everybody speaks about the fact that he had pneumonia, but most people with autoimmune diseases don't die from the disease.
Mhm.
They die from complications.
Symptoms.
They
That's right.
die from other things.
Right.
So with sarcoidosis, the thing that they tend to die from are lung issues because the sarcoidosis tends to create a cast. I'm like your daughter. I've learned so much about it because of my mother. But it creates a cast over your lungs
Mhm.
and prevents lungs from being able to
Like a
inflate
thickening
and
over your lungs.
deflate.
Yeah.
Right. And that's usually why you take the steroids to prevent the growth of the cast or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
But because of that, my mom's immune system, her that other thing right. So is that the same issue
Same.
that you
It's the same. It's the same. So with the overproduction of collagen causing, I mean, it can thicken around your organs, which would begin to cause them not to work properly. Basically, if you find it in your lungs or around your heart, it can cause your heart to work harder. It can cause your lungs not to work properly for you to need the oxygen. So yeah, it definitely works that way. Raynaud's can be primary. You can have Raynaud's without having anything else. That's people who get cold hands, cold
Yeah.
feet really
And their-
easily.
and their
Fingers
feet
turn white
blue.
or blue or
Mhm.
red. Yeah.
Now I had Raynaud's. When I had lupus, I had Raynaud's.
Mm-hmm.
I had it at the same
But you
time.
can also have secondary Raynaud's too. So as a result of me having scleroderma, I have secondary Raynaud's as well. And so Raynaud's is causing the ulcers, like I said, on my fingers because the blood is not properly circulating.
Mm, mm, mm. Well. That's very, very not enlightening. Well, enlightening. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we're learning today.
I tell my followers all the time, I'm
We
something
learning.
like a doctor now.
Yeah, listen. I be calling myself a doctor too. Sometimes a doctor, a nurse. What you got going on? What are your symptoms? Let me look this up. I gotta check my notes here. But
Right.
definitely, something that people need to really bring awareness to and talk about and have these conversations with their families
Mhm.
about this disease, these diseases,
Right.
because this is a real thing, and sometimes like it's almost like a silent thing. Like you think, oh, I'm stressed out, so I'm tired,
Mhm.
or I'm stressed out, so I can't get out of bed. No, sometimes you might need to go see a doctor.
Get something checked out.
Might need to
Right,
go get a physical and get your levels tested out and your inflammation levels. I didn't know until recently that there's specific tests just to test the inflammation in your body.
Mhm.
And you need to find that out and then govern yourself accordingly.
Yeah.
After you find out, what is causing this inflammation. And there's ways and food you can eat just to sorry if anybody's seen that online, golly. There's ways to just, oh, there it is. Anyways, just to reduce the inflammation in your body. And we're going to talk about that next. But I want to just thank Monica for coming.
Absolutely.
Monica Hilton. You guys look her up on Instagram. She's on TikTok. She goes live. She paints on live and talks about her journey and brings awareness to this disease called scleroderma.
Mhm.
And won't you tell them how they can find you on your social media handles? And do you have a nonprofit around this, or are you?
I do have a nonprofit.
Okay. Go
My
ahead.
nonprofit is the Mo Experience Foundation, and you can find more information about that at www.themoexperience.org. My TikTok and Instagram is the Mo Experience 25, and my Facebook is Monica Hilton, and also the Mo Experience.
Okay, well, there it is, Monica. Thank you so much for taking the time
Thank
to come
you.
on the KTC show with me. I love talking to you about the subject because it's near and dear to my heart. It's something that I've always talked about, is autoimmune diseases and those sort of things, and just bringing awareness to them as a whole. So this was right up my alley. I love when she wants to come down here and have a chat with me, and you can come anytime you want.
Appreciate
And
it.
make sure you guys go follow her. I've tagged her on my social media pages, and you can follow her that way, and then find your way right to Monica and follow her journey as she overcomes this disease called scleroderma.
And y'all come out to the art show. It's all you have to do is go to my website and register, and then you get a link to Eventbrite, so you can say how many people coming, because we need a head count. We're in Fairburn.
Okay, that's not far. Right near South Fulton is our sister city in Douglasville. So if you're watching in the Women Douglasville group or anywhere online and you follow me, we're in Douglasville, and the art show is right in Fairburn, so that's not far. So listen, we'll be right back. We're gonna take a break and go into the next segment of the show and say goodbye to Monica.
Bye-bye, y'all.
And we'll be right back here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio.
My name is Joey H. This is the headband, and this is our submission for Tiny Desk. This song is called Tour Bus, and I wrote this about taking this all over the world and where music can take us. Tricked out my tour bus, tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus, tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus, tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out, tricked out, tricked out. I tricked out, I tricked out, I tricked out. I tricked out, I tricked out, I tricked out. Yeah. Dan Ron Shoddy, I dare someone to stop me. Dare someone to jump and I throw it home. Spinning full of winners, hit the map on my mobile phone. Paradise the extra, we can stop cause we very close. Shaking hands with a fan on the west coast. They ask, am I nervous and for rap what I want most? Anxiously, I smile and laugh, try to think about an answer. It's basically like, I want it all, I need the rain to flee. Been under dark clouds so much it's been a pain to see. Patient but I'm 28, I'm pacing around the question. Bro, I need some payments, G, back to it. I'm like, man, I just wanna live. Show the world to my girl and our future kids. So I'm on road, got a show to kill, moves to make. He bought a tea and said, good luck, I know you're making life. Tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out, tricked out, tricked out. I tricked out, I tricked out, I tricked out. I tricked out. Woo! True story, started this record back in 17. Rapping about everything I never seen. Tried to write it down so I could make it happen. Now me and Mike on flights to Denver for the tour of madness. Now that is magic, should've stayed with all is possible. So watch your every move, it's only right, I gotta prove. Believe it's right, I mean these people with OTs. From my 40 days of sleep of faith. Started with these writings just to formulate a better life for me and mine. It's been a climb, but we still going. Thankful for every moment, glad we make it every morning. Now we rewarded for the free shows we prayed on. These C notes, one dive in my wallet like free throws. I prayed for this. Now this time here, feel like the greatest gift. Years later, we still singing the same. Taking risks, catalogs and passion. And remember when we happened to trick out my tour bus. Tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out my tour bus. Yeah. Tricked out my tour bus. 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 Let's rock. Tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out. I tricked out. Tour bus. I tricked out my tour bus. I tricked out. I tricked out my tour bus. Tricked out. Tricked out. Tricked out. I 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 tricked out. Woo! down my tour bus, trick down my tour bus. I trick down my tour bus. I trick down my tour bus. Thank you.
We can stay in Harlem or be bougie in Manhattan. Go to Magic Johnson's or just see whatever happens. Yeah, I'm a simple girl, I don't need anything. Rain or shine, I don't mind. Like Sinatra, baby, fly me to the moon. Take my heart into a rocket and just shoot it, baby, straight into the blue. Fly me to the moon. We can watch the sun drop, we can run the arcades. Barefoot on the boardwalk, making out the whole way. It ain't no pressure, babe, I don't need anything. Rain or shine, I don't mind. Like Sinatra, baby, fly me to the moon. Straight into the blue. Hey, I don't need no wings, 'cause tonight it's on you, baby. Fly me to the moon. Hey, hey, baby, fly me to the moon. Hey, get me in stardust. Don't care if they saw us. Tripping in the stratosphere, I didn't know I could go up from here. Baby, fly me to the moon. Take my heart into a rocket and just shoot it, baby, straight into the blue. Hey, yeah, baby, fly me to the moon. Hey, hey, oh yeah. Trip, trip, trip.
Every day is a new choice. We make our beds and we lie in them. Who do you want to lay down with? Choose wisely.
Met you on Friday, picked you up on Saturday. Sunday night, you calling me over and over and over again, telling me that you're ready to rock me steady, rock steady. I got you so addicted, I should've never let you taste my love, my love. Damn right, I wanna see you again, but I'm not ready for no love affair. Still you ask me what is happening, when I told you that my heart wasn't there. I handle business on the weekday, but you can have me on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Take it from me, from me, from me. Take it from me, from me, from me. If you wanna be
I wasn't there. I handle business on the weekday, but you can have me on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to wait. Take it from me, baby. Take it from me, baby. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Don't wanna leave me alone. From me. Take it from me. Oh.
Some spaces you walk into, and some you remember. Soft light, intentional design, a space that doesn't just hold your content, it elevates it. This is more than a place to create, it's an experience. For creators who want their work to feel different, more refined, more intentional, more you. Book your space now on Peerspace. Studio Luminaire. Link in bio.
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast.
will tell you all. And I mentioned this to Monique, and I really wanted to talk to her about it, and now I've just slipped my mind. But I know I wanted to talk about it on the second half, because it's mainly about what I'm doing to for my health and to better myself. Is a lot of people, some people know, some people don't, but I've been on the GLP-1 for almost a year now, and it's called Trizepatide. And at first, taking it was working, but I wasn't taking it correctly. A lot of people know, at first this GLP-1 was not cheap, so I was one that would be like, I'm gonna take a little bit today, a little bit next week, and I'm just gonna stretch this on out to where I'm not spending that large monthly fee on this Trizepatide. And so I wasn't taking it correctly, but it was working. I was losing weight, but not like I am now. It's like, so about 8 weeks ago, maybe 8 weeks ago, I had a guest here on the show. I had Rain and Edward Sheridan, and they're the owners of Healthwise Medical, and they came on the show talking about peptides and peptide this, peptide that, and I'm like, and sometimes I talked about this with Tanisha Murray last week about manifesting stuff. Like, you could really manifest some stuff if you really believe it. You can have it. And I got another story for y'all too. Anyways, oh my God, wait till you hear the story. So, anyways, I remember after the show, we had a great conversation with them. And after the show, I remember talking to my friend Sheldon. I was like, listen, I wish, man, I should call them and see if I could work something out. Maybe I could partner with them or, do something. I really would love to try out these peptides. And not maybe 3-4 days after that conversation with him, I got a call from Rain and her husband saying, Karen, we want to help you out with a full body makeover. We want you to try these peptides. We can work something out. And, if you could just help us get the word out about these peptides, let's do it. And I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. And I had a fear of, sometimes when you try things and, some people, you get the opportunity to do certain things and it doesn't work and you don't, I was like, what if this doesn't work? Like, what if this doesn't work for me? And, but let me tell you, about 2 weeks in, it works. So now I'm taking the Trizepatide correctly, along with glutathione, which I love because it helps with inflammation. And when I say it helps with inflammation, like I used to, like I was telling Monica earlier, I used to only wear one pair of shoes. If you saw me about a year ago, you'd know exactly what these shoes look like because I didn't. Yeah, they were black and flat. I couldn't wear not near another shoe because my feet were so swollen all the time. So it was caused by inflammation. I used to be like, I got fat feet. My feet are fat. No, you're inflamed. So now that I'm on these peptides, I got regular feet now. I could see like the veins in my feet. I was like, what? And I could wear sandals and I could slide my feet into some cute sandals. I'm not wearing heels or anything like that, but I can wear some of the shoes that I've had in my closet for years now. So that feels good. And I feel great. Like, like some of the peptides, they help you with exfoliating your skin. So literally I used to like scrub my face every week, do a quick exfoliation, facial. Now I could literally, like in the morning, almost every morning, I am pulling dead skin off of my face due to these peptides. So they're renewing my skin. They're making me feel great. I'm losing weight. I've lost almost 85 pounds. So I went from a size 26 to a size, now I can wear a size 18, I can slide on some jeans now. So I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good inside and out. I just went on a trip over the weekend. I did a little solo trip and I felt great just waking up and, you know what I mean? Going swimming. And so it's definitely a life change getting on the plane and not asking for a seatbelt extender. Y'all don't even know. That was like a regular thing. Excuse me, can I get a seatbelt extender? Like, I didn't have to do that. And when they brought the snacks around, I got to pull the tray in front of my lap and put my drink down. I was never able to do that before. And just to do those things, and it might seem small to someone, but that's a big deal to me, you know.
No. Let's no. You give yourself the credit that you are due. That is a big thing.
It is.
Because on the other end, you would definitely feel the emotion if you weren't big and then had to do those things.
Yeah.
You would feel the embarrassment
Yeah, like,
or the
oh my God.
emotion or the whatever behind it, right?
Right.
So the fact that you noticed it and those are not an issue for you anymore, it is a big thing. And give yourself the applause that you deserve for that. And because I am absolutely, every time I see you again, I'm just like, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
And the fact that you're continuing and you're keeping it up and you're not just, you know, a flyby, whatever about it, it matters. And a year from now, when you've dropped another 80 pounds or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your goal is, because I feel as though your goal isn't a size, your goal is a health.
It's healthy.
It's a health.
I never wanted to, I just want to be healthy. I want to feel good. I want to be able to get around. And initially, some people don't know this either. Initially, my whole goal was to lose, 30 pounds so I can get a hip replacement. And so I've surpassed that, but I still may have to, make that move and get that because, I've lost the weight. So now any fat that was around my hip, any cushion I had, is gone. So now it's really like just a bone sitting there. But that's another story, and that is connected to lupus, autoimmune disease, and rheumatoid arthritis. When you get lupus, like Sunshine said, okay, you can have this autoimmune disease, but it causes other things. So the autoimmune disease, lupus, caused rheumatoid arthritis, which is causing me to have to get something done with my hip soon and very soon. But in the meantime, look into peptide therapy. Look into other holistic ways of making yourself feel better and get better. Because one thing that I will say is I did not realize how much pain I was in all the time. Inflammation caused the pain, and I operated my life around it. Like, I would be like, okay, 10 minutes, I'm gonna go start washing the dishes, and then I'm gonna take a 10-minute break, and then I'm gonna do the pots and pans. You know what I mean? That's how I thought for years. And so this whole new, being painless, like this morning I washed all the dishes, like the pots and pans, and I wiped down everything this morning before I left, which is like, that's what kind of surprises me, is how I operate in the morning. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm being yelled at by the engineer, Sunshine. You sign language yelling at me. You sign language. Anyways, so just kidding, y'all. She ain't yelling at me. But yeah, so just those things alone have changed my life, because I didn't know. Sometimes I'm like, dang, this is how regular people feel. Like, and I was just in pain for so long. And when you're used to being in pain and used to being inflamed, you kind of get used to it and like, make it a part of your daily life. So, like I said, right now I am taking the GLP-1 trizepatide with Healthwise. I take everything with Healthwise. I get every 2 weeks I get a body scan, which weighs me, does my measurements, tells me how much muscle I have gained, or if I lost muscle, because you can lose a lot of muscle taking these weight loss shots. So they're monitoring, if I'm losing muscle, should I up my protein, and that sort of thing in my measurements. So like I can go get a custom, like she can give me my body measurements, and I can go get anything tailored if I needed to do that, which is awesome and cool. But I'm taking trizepatide, glutathione. I'm taking Tessa, which is targeting my visceral fat on my stomach. So my stomach's getting smaller like every week. It's crazy. I don't know how this stuff works. I know there's a science to it. I'm taking a B12 for energy, and taking something called MIC and Tessa and glutathione and B12 and trizepatide. And I know there's about 2 more that she's giving me. NAD. I'm taking NAD plus, which is, I think that's the one that's targeting my visceral fat. So check them out. I'm gonna tag them in the comments. Healthwise Medical, life changer. You just have to be consistent. This is something that I want to say I really didn't start feeling everything kick in until like around 3 weeks, 3 good weeks, but immediately like the pain. But as far as like the weight loss, like the rapid weight loss. So now I'm interjecting chair exercising only because of the hip pain. You know, I'm just trying to do enough in the chair. You could do some stuff in the chair to get your heart rate up and you know, get your body going. Just move them legs and arms and keep it going. Oh, the pool. Definitely the pool. And I love to swim. I won't be able to swim till Saturday, but I love to swim and splash around. I'll splash around all weekend long. And I had a good time. But anyway, so I want to also let you guys know, because I'm going to end this. This is it right now, because I got a heck of a week ahead of me. Tomorrow, I get a big award from the BE Award, the Community Service Award, tomorrow in Douglasville at the Douglasville Convention Center. And that's tomorrow night. And this is a Juneteenth all-white gala and award show. So I'm excited about that. Me and my daughter will be attending together. And and Saturday, I will be Juneteenth in it all day long, because it's so many Juneteenth festivals, cookouts, and all the things. And I want to be a part of it all as much as I can. So catch me outside. If you have something going on Saturday, let me know. I'll be there. I'll be there to stop by and get me a hot dog or a hamburger off the grill if I can. But anyways, yeah, so the other thing that I wanted to tell y'all before I get off is and to spread the word about this, because I was supposed to post about it. I have been getting contacted by a design team of a major network, and the lady had been emailing me. Somehow she found my phone number. She texted me, and or I think I gave her my phone number on Messenger. We started texting, and you know, sometimes you're like, "Is this real? Is this person real?" You know. So on my way back from Vegas, I had a layover in Denver, and I was just sitting there, and my phone rings, and I answered it. She was like, "Karen, oh my gosh, you know, it's so good to talk to you. You know, I wanted to talk to you about the show we're casting in Douglas County. And we are doing a room renovation competition, and we need 3 sets of homeowners in all the things." I was like, I'm a homeowner. I got a room. You know, and one thing that I think I've shared, probably even on the show a couple times, is I'm recently divorced, and I think it's almost a year since he's been gone. No, over a year now he's been gone. And one thing that I always wanted to do was make my bedroom like my own space, like just somewhere where I could go, shut the door, and I ain't got to leave my bedroom. Like, you know what I mean? Like a little couch area, you know, a little lounge area, a powder room, a little place where I could do my work, and, you know, have a little refrigerator, you know, just a nice big fluffy bed. You know, I want all of that with my favorite colors, and I just always wanted that thing. And I've even started to buy stuff to put this stuff together. But when I say, you know, when you going through things like a divorce and a change of life, you think everything's going to be this way. Okay, when this happened, I'm going to do this, and this. And I'm going to be just like this. And no, that's how it goes sometimes for some people, but that's not how it went for me. And I faced a lot of different things, you know, after divorce, and a lot of different trials and tribulations, to where I kind of got like still and never got put my hands around a lot of the things in my home that I wanted to. And here this lady is telling me that I have an opportunity, that I may have an opportunity to get my whole bedroom done. Shout out to that manifestation, because I've been talking about this for well over a year. And so I just think that is great, something that I've been talking about that I may be able to have happen in the next not what end of July. She said they'll start filming at the end of July. So with that being said, I'm gonna try to recruit one of my neighbors. If you are interested in something like that, inbox me and I'll give you her information. They need 2 sets of neighbors. So it has to be a neighbor, somebody in like your vicinity, across the street, next door, something like that, to where they would need a room refresh, you need a room refresh, and you guys can kind of compete against each other on who did the best job, picking out, because they're going to design it. They provide everything you need, just like a show that you would see on TV. And they do all the painting and all the things, and you just tell them what you want. And then you get to go, peek in on your neighbors and all. I guess, she described it and it sounds fun and it sounds like something that I need in my life. And so I'm looking forward to sending them my videos and prayerfully being able to take advantage of that opportunity soon. So I'm excited about that. Isn't that wonderful, Sunshine? Praise God for opportunities. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you about that. I thought that was awesome. And if you're interested in something like that, inbox me and I'll pass on your information to her. But that's about it. That's a wrap tonight. I may go check out Kels at Fiume. As you know, Kels is the owner of Hits 92.3, and she hosts every Thursday night at Fiume, one of the cigar lounges in Douglasville. She hosts karaoke, and sometimes I go there and sing a song or two. And I just might check her out. I'm not sure. But if not, I'll probably be there next week. But anyways, I'll see you guys next Thursday here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. See you Thursday.
Alright, so Slim, you still got the way. Alright, Sonya playing what up though? Kenny Misfit, what up though? Two eye, man. Two eye, man. What? Two eye, man. What?
I'm in the clouds when I'm with you. Girl, what's your name? I hope this don't offend you. Tastes like cocaine. I didn't think I'd get so. I get so high. Now I'm feeling for you, baby. Where's the lie?
Roses of wine, out of blue. This feels like love.
Ribbons in the sky, they fall on you. This feels